Listen, if you two could not get on, that's your problem. That's your problem. Why are you making life difficult for that child who has a loving father, who has a loving mother? What has he done? Allah wants you that if you happen to divorce, that even in your moments of divorce, don't forget the good things amongst you. You know, sometimes the bad times start after a few years. Before that, there were years of good times. There were years of moments that you loved each other. But we forget everything, isn't it? And that's why Allah said, "La tansawul fadlah." Do not forget, use the word, do not forget those moments of virtue amongst yourself. 15 years of marriage, and you get divorced, and now you can't remember one moment of happiness. And you guys know what I am talking about. Because many of us, when it happens, we are in the midst of it, even if it's got nothing to do with us. We're the stirrers. We're the ones who pour the fuel on the fire. And then what happens? It's not just that. Then it's collateral damage, isn't it? Families, children. And Allah is saying, listen, if you have a divorce amongst yourself, remember, be muhsins. Don't forget the virtues. But no, generally unfortunately in our community, divorce, now I'm going to take you to the cleaners. I'm going to take you to clean. I'm going to make life so difficult. You are not going to see those children if I can help. And I've said, wallahi, you see cases where, lady will put, first domestic violence. And there's no domestic violence. Then they throw that out. Then it's rape. Sometimes I've seen cases where the woman will put allegations of rape and abuse of the children. And then the police throw that one out as well. And it's not once, wallah, I've seen it so many times. The pattern. And then if the poor guy happens to be religious, terrorist, radical. Imagine just going through the trauma of the police coming to your house and saying, we got a complaint from your wife that you sexually abuse your children, just to get the upper on your husband. And then there's the brainwashing. The brainwashing. So, if the husband has got the child, brainwash against the mother. Brainwash. If the mother happens, brainwash. The in-laws, either side, your father was like this. Your mother was like this. Listen, if you two could not get on, that's your problem. That's your problem. Why are you making life difficult for that child who has a loving father, who has a loving mother? What has he done? What has that child done for you to deprive that child of his father? Allah again and again in the Quran speaks about shirk. And He mentioned the parents next to it. What you going to say on the day of judgment? What you going to say on the day of judgment when Allah will call you up and Allah will say, you deprived this child of its parents. What are you going to do? Allah says, La taqul lahuma uffin. Don't even say uff to the parents. So what are you going to do? Just because you couldn't get on with your husband or you couldn't get on with your wife. So you deprived that child of one of its parents because you wanted to get back at the parent.